You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. We got some special guests in the building with us
Now
this
listen,
morning.
No, we have one special guest.
Yeah, we always say we got special guests
Right.
in the building.
We're gonna do our guy like that.
It don't always apply to everybody.
So
Right.
disrespectful.
This one definitely applies.
I'm the dude when the star don't show up, like, yo, see if we can get Donnell to come in. But I'm cool with that.
We have
It's all
Ashley Larry, Donnell Rollins, and we have a special guest.
Legendary.
That's right.
Iconic.
Dave Chappelle.
Oh my God!
Good morning. Welcome, sir.
Hey, good morning, man. It's good to see you.
Do you
But his
feel
friend with him.
good. Yes.
do you feel pressure to do a great radio interview?
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I want everybody to like me. I don't come out and try to do bad, but I saw you at the fight, Charlamagne.
Yes, I was at the Triple G Danny Jacobs fight.
And I got to tell you, I got excited to see, and I realized I've never met this person.
That's how I felt. I saw you a few rows up. I'm like, yo, that's Dave Chappelle. And then you turned around and you saluted, but I'm like, I don't think he's doing that to me. So I didn't want to salute back at first. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to salute back at first. I'm like, oh, he talking to me. I told my wife, I said, yo, you see Dave Chappelle just say what's up to me? So I'm saying all that to say, I got really good fellatio that night because you said what's up to me.
Oh, whoa. I didn't know where that was going.
I said, wow. Okay. Is that what we started?
Marital fellatio.
You a big boxing guy, though?
Yeah, I love the fights. You know what happens? You go to one good fight, and then you're like addicted. You want to see, like I was at that Andre Ward fight.
I saw you on TV. Yeah.
Man, I saw something great that night. It was good.
That was a great fight. And I totally slept on Andre because I thought Andre was going to lose that second fight.
Oh, I was sure he was going to win.
You
Sure
gonna
he's
go to
gonna win.
Floyd and Conor McGregor?
Listen, personally, I think McGregor's going to get destroyed.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, it's not even competitive. So if I spend $7 million on a bet on Floyd, then I'll make $1 million.
Yeah.
But is it gambling if you're sure?
Yes, because he could have that
Anything could
one
happen.
lucky
Stop
punch.
saying that. No,
It could be a boxing
Anything could
punch.
happen.
You watch too much boxing to know that
It
that's
could
not going to happen.
It's not. That'd be like the Golden State Warriors playing your local high school.
I'm still stuck with a $7 million bet. I'm like, how you do that?
When you get a $50 million deal from Netflix.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but you know what I mean.
Triple G Canelo, before we move on to something else. Triple G Canelo, who you got?
I'm going Gennady on that one.
Nah, I got Canelo.
You and Mayweather. I don't think so. Did you see the last Canelo fight?
Yeah, against Chavez.
Which was a boring fight, right?
Boring fight, but he was destroying Chavez the whole fight.
He was destroying him, but did he knock him out? Look, the guy's coming for him. He's leading with his head. He's taking shots. He doesn't throw anything, and it goes all 12 rounds. It's not going to happen.
Triple G went all 12 with Danny.
Yeah, that's but Danny was throwing heat. Danny wasn't like Danny. Danny didn't get beat up in there. He was doing something.
Yeah.
Let's put up $7 million.
No.
Whoa. Big Danny. I was talking about hypotheticals. I'm not.
Do you wake and bake in the morning, Dave, or do you wait till after breakfast?
Yeah, I'm a waiter. I usually late at night.
Oh, at night? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I was telling Dave that I was actually on the Chappelle Show in one episode, which was a big deal because it was an early Chappelle Show.
That wasn't the
episode.
R. Kelly skit,
But
was
listen, in the reruns of it, though, mad people said they seen the back of my head. So I would get a bunch of text messages like, yo, is that the back of your head on the Chappelle Show?
I remember. You said he was in Wu Financial.
Yeah, I was there with them, but it was when Jizza was performing in the studio.
Oh, that was great. That was our first season.
Mm-hmm.
That was before we knew the show was actually going to be good. I don't even think it had aired yet.
It hadn't aired yet when we did it. It was actually super early on. And I remember Corey Smith hit me and he was like, yo, do you think we could get Jizza? We're doing this new show called The Chappelle Show. And I was like, Dave Chappelle from Half Baked? That's my movie.
That's hilarious.
I called Jizza and I was like, yo, you got to do this. Yo, this dude is mad funny. And then it happened early on. And I'm glad because of you, I actually went to the premiere of the first episode. And Paul Rosenberg was sitting right behind me.
Oh, I remember this.
And he goes to me, oh, you know what? I wanted to talk to you about working for Eminem's clothing line. And the next day I had a job because I went to the premiere.
Is that true?
Yeah, you've helped me out a lot.
You see that? Good things do happen.
Absolutely.
All right.
Now, Dave, you said something interesting. You said you don't ever want to just present something bad. You still feel like you got something to prove because you're like critically acclaimed. You're respected by your peers. Do you feel still like you got something to prove?
No, it's not. It's not necessarily you feel like you have something to prove. I'm sure you guys feel the same way. It's like quality control, right?
Yeah.
You want to make sure that whatever you offer, you put your best foot forward. That doesn't mean you want to prove anything. It just means you respect the people that respect you, and you want to reciprocate their respect with a good product.
Do you still get nervous when you do shows, or this is a piece of cake to you?
Well, one time it didn't work out.
Yeah, and sometimes it don't work. You know what it's like? And Donnell, you can attest to this. When people ask me, like, do you get nervous when you go on stage? It's like asking a pilot if he gets nervous before a flight. I might hit some weather. I might hit some weather, but I feel like normally we land the plane. I don't think we've ever not landed. Maybe Detroit, but other than that was done.
By the way, I would never want to know if my pilot was nervous. By the way,
yeah, you want no nervous pilot.
I'm just a little confused because everybody's throwing so much respect. And Dave, I've been on this show 4 or 5 times. When I come in here, they don't even look me in my face. They don't make eye contact.
That's not true.
Every time I come here, y'all on social media,
You
y'all
sound
doing
bitter.
everything.
Donnell, what about that time you came and I told everybody, I said, no matter what Donnell says, do not laugh. So for like 20
He was
minutes.
trying so hard.
No, it was like slow motion. So I was like, oh, this looked like a setup. I felt like Miko's. I was about to stand up on Joe Buttons for a second.
And I felt bad after a little while. I was like, nah, Donnell, we just was playing with you because he looked so sad, his face.
Donnell,
I was ready. I just didn't know. It was upsetting me. I've been knowing Yee for years. I used to work with Envy. Envy used to bet against me when I had to read out loud on air. And Charlamagne, we got history MTV, so I didn't know where the energy was coming from. But after we went past that, we got to a better place, and they eventually started to respect my gangster son.
Donnell got upset because I was on the group chat with him and your publicist, Carla. Yeah. And so I said, okay, she was, setting everything up. And I said, I'm really excited. And then Donnell screenshotted it and sent it to me outside the group chat and said, you've never been excited when I came up here.
Damn, Donnell.
And then her response was, I was excited when you called that DUI. So that's how it worked.
What made you even like Donnell? Was it what?
Yo, that's so disrespectful.
Like, what was it in Donnell that said, you know what, I can work with this guy?
Oh, well, the first time I heard about you, I went home to D.C. and I went to the comedy club and I asked them old comics, like, what's popping around here? And everybody was like, yo, you gotta see this new kid, Donnell Rawlings. And then I met you, and we had a swell time. You remember that?
Yeah, I do.
You remember that? All right.
Swell time. We're gonna leave with the
Dave
swell
was
time.
kind of regretting it.
No. Well, we didn't have
And
that
ever since then, he won't leave me
good
alone. He comes with me everywhere.
I'm broke, bitch.
I watched I watch your show online all the time. Like, I watch all you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I just watched an interview that you did with Neil on FaceTime.
Yep, that's my guy.
I watched you on a real estate show.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, open house.
And then I saw you with the
DJ
DJ
Awards.
Awards.
Yeah, that's right.
I presented an award to you.
Yeah, and you promised. You said, I'm gonna come on the show. You said, I need a little time, but I'm gonna come. You
Yeah,
kept
that's
your word.
right. That's right.
You definitely kept your word.
Yeah, man.
Salute to my guy, Neil. Why do you think white people gravitated towards your comedy? Because it's been like that your whole career.
Well, I don't know. I don't look at it that way. Like the whites are really gravitating to us. I don't use those kinds of metrics. I think all of us, at some point, we have ventured into some kind of cultural crossroad.
Mm-hmm.
We're black people, but we're corporate people, and
We all smoke weed.
We all smoke weed. We all, we traverse the American landscape. So I don't think there's anyone in America that I'm incapable of communicating to on some level.
Now, with
Gotcha.
everything's so sensitive now, do you think you could do the Dave Chappelle show and not have backlash? Because it seems like everything is sensitive. You say a word and people are already crying and picketing outside of things.
Hey, man, President grabs girls by the pussy.
That's all you need to know, right?
That's where it's at. And comedians wipe out. Everybody does. Sometimes you're gonna say something and you might be wrong, but that's the nature of the genre. To not take a chance for fear of that would not be being true to the muse.
Would you ever apologize if you said something too far?
If I actually concede it's too far, but it's a touchy line. I mean, I like it harder. I think that
No, I'm gonna say you have quite possibly the greatest rape joke of all time.
Oh, the
Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
He rapes
And he saves.
and he saves.
But he saves.
But he saves. Was that an observation you was pondering? Or?
I mean, the thing is, here's the thing. It's tough to talk about jokes because I don't want Oprah to do with all these weird, like, analytics and shit. Like, what does he actually mean by that? That's a slippery slope. But, you know, I mean, I think I laid it out pretty clearly, like, the dilemma of watching Bill Cosby go through this. You know, not to take anything away from the 54 alleged
women. Yeah.
Whatever.
Basically, Dave doesn't want to freestyle about rape. Okay.
He's like, go watch.
don't want to freestyle.
You can say, go watch the special.
You got a big platform, man. You know, I don't want to. There's a lot of people out there that go through a lot of things. I don't want to antagonize anybody or intentionally offend somebody.
Well, have you come up with an answer for as far as like what should we do with Bill Cosby? Should we still watch his work? Should we still appreciate his art? Appreciate him?
Do I have an answer for that?
Yeah.
No, the question. It's a kind of question that makes more questions.
Got you.
You know what I mean? Like it's a tough one, man, because you know what he's accused of is very serious. I don't like take that lightly.
Mm-hmm.
However, you know, I don't know. It was 70s times. This crazy shit's going on. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Right.
America's dad is now America's rapist.
Yeah.
Is what according to the New York Post.
Yeah.
So it's a tough one.
I did appreciate on those specials that you didn't shy away from any topics, because I do feel like everybody's so politically correct. You know, and I also find it ironic that everybody's like, he walked away from 50 million, but then you came back and got 60 million doing Netflix.
Allegedly.
2 specials.
Yeah, well, you know what? Yeah, thank God that there was a happy ending to that walking away from Chappelle show, because I could have just never worked again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I never stopped. Even when I was like not in the public eye, I was still playing comedy clubs, and I found an altitude that I was comfortable with, and you know, I had a good time.
How many times a day did Donnell call you and beg you to come back?
Nah, he didn't call. He didn't beg me for nothing.
Were you guys always in communication? Because Donnell did for a while. He was in a state of depression. After
Donnell was Jesus. Yeah, I had a tough time myself. Yeah.
he was like, "What about me?"
I think, you know, when I was gone, I think Donnell stayed in touch with me, and Neil were cool the whole time. You know, it wasn't as bad blood amongst us, like people assume that I left in a huff. It wasn't like that. I mean, I did leave in a huff. I wasn't mad at the guys.
A lot of people, like, after he left, a lot of people would ask me, you know, how I feel about it or whatever. Are you upset? And I never was upset, because I was doing comedy for a while before I was introduced to Dave Chappelle. And like with anything, you can be as talented as you want, but until you get the right platform, nobody will never know about it.
Gotcha.
So, you know, the show.
I don't know if I care being a Dave Chappelle sitting here, but go ahead.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
Could you hurry up and finish so I can ask Dave another question, please?
What you mean I went on Bad News? What you mean? What you mean I went on Chappelle show? What you mean I went on? I speak Migos, so I know what happened. But for, you know, everybody, you know, the one that I've been asked that question a million times, that I always felt that I was talented, but again, you need the right opportunity. Like even in sports, you know, you could be a talented person, but until the coach puts you in the game, nobody will never see what you do. So he gave me a platform to do what I've been doing for years, and I think there was an even exchange after all that.
Okay, so Dave, do you have a favorite mumble rapper? Because you're a hip hop head. Do you appreciate anything from this generation?
Yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, I party to it. If I go out, they playing Migos, I listen to that.
Yeah.
But a favorite mumble rapper, I don't know about all that.
Yeah.
I like to be able to say the lyrics too. But you know.
Well, I can tell who you really like based on who you have on tour. When you do this residency that you're doing in New York City at Radio City, I can see that you handpicked the artists that you wanted to be there.
Yeah, you know, it's funny, man. Okay, so this year will be like my 30th anniversary of stand-up. Mm-hmm. And I figured, like, why I should mark that occasion, right? Like, you know, this business is hard. Mm-hmm. You existed in a long time, and it's good to stop for a minute and just appreciate the fact that I'm still able to do this, and I'm very lucky to be successful. So, it's a celebration. Like even now, like, you'll see my next special. The act I'm doing now, I like it because there's joy in it. Mm. Like I'm really enjoying what I'm doing right now. I really, you know what I mean? It's like I went skydiving once. Have you ever done that?
No, Envy has.
I have, yeah.
Okay, I hated it. Mm-hmm. You know, like.
What did you hate about it? Because I hated going up.
I hate the thought of jumping out of a plane.
When you jumped out and you're flying, I enjoyed that part. But the whole going up part, I didn't like.
Because it was terrifying the entire time. Like, okay, I
You're
got
jumping out
in
of a
there.
plane.
Yeah, in the beginning it's a plane ride. Then the door opens.
Yep.
And you realize you expected to jump out. And I'm strapped to a guy that I've never met before. And I didn't see the chute pack. And oh my God, I have kids. And all this stuff you're thinking as you edge up to the door. Next thing you know, you're just in the sky. There's no logical reason to be there. There's no, my life didn't depend on it. And yet I jumped out of this plane and you're just falling. And everyone says it feels like flying. But to me, it felt like falling at about 120 miles an hour. And I was terrified.
So what did you get out of the situation other than being terrified?
Well, the point is when the chute lands and you survive it, you go home at night, you eat dinner, food tastes better. House is quiet and still, and you feel comfortable and safe in your house. You're like, man, I'm glad to be home. Everything's good. So that's what it felt like. It felt like coming back and doing this Netflix special and all that. Felt like my chute opened and everything's just good right now.
See, I don't got to do all that to get that feeling. I'm black in America. All I got to do is just drive through the neighborhood that I live in and make it home without being stopped, and I feel the exact
All right, well,
same
I
way.
live in a much nicer neighborhood, obviously. Let's get I was kidding. I mean, we're all black. You know what I mean? Like, I know what you mean, but it's not like I'm going to try to survive a traffic stop just to get that feeling. I mean, it's like, it's the black experience, but I did it. I don't know why I did it, but the point is that now, I'm happy to be doing what I'm doing.
Would you do it again?
What, quit my show?
No. Skydive.
Oh, skydive? No, I don't think I would, man. I mean, like, I get it. I know what it's about. You know what I mean? I just think that, it's just one of those things. I didn't even mean to do it the first time. It's a long story.
Dave, I hate to do this, but I have to put you on the spot. But could you explain to the Breakfast Club
He's interviewing you.
what you did to my apple pie a year ago?
What?
Your apple
What?
pie.
Yeah.
Is this
Apple
code
pie.
for something?
No, he's talking. Okay, so we were playing at the Pabst Blue Ribbon Theater. And as far as theaters go, like, the Pabst has one of the best amenities package for a performer. You go backstage, they have like a pastry chef. They cater like an excellent dinner every night. They got vinyl records in the green room and a bar and a barista. Like, it's dope back there. And the pastry chef and Donnell hit it off the first night of the engagement.
She was white.
And Donnell's just, that's when you were going
Arugula,
through that.
son.
Donnell had a face.
No, but she was just, no, she's an older woman, real sweet woman, and she really liked Donnell. So I came to work, and she had baked him a pie, and the pie had his name stenciled in the crust.
Wow.
And I was excited about it because every day she would come to work. She says, is there anything that you could do for, is there anything special you want? I was like, make me a pie. She was like, that's pretty simple. I said, well, if that's so simple, make me a pie and put my name on the top of the pie.
Okay.
Is that how that came to be?
That's how it came to be.
All right, I didn't know. I just knew that Donnell was happy about the pie.
What you did to
Would
his
you put
pie?
your dick in the pie or something? What's the moral of the story?
That is correct.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't.
Yo, this is the worst part about it.
And you ate it?
I was excited about the pie.
Oh, I thought you
was
okay.
No, I was showing everybody the pie.
I didn't actually put my dick in it. I threatened the pie. I was like,
He threatened. I had the pie. I'm showing it to everybody. Everybody's all happy, whatever. I'm like, I'm
They
trying
clapped?
to. They clapped. They was happy. It was like a Rudy moment,
very funny.
It was like the white dude, Rudy, finally got in the game. I'm showing everybody my pie, and then I think Dave's gonna be excited about it. I got the pie in his face, and he looks at me and says, "Donnell, it's gonna take every muscle in my body for me not to stick my dick in your apple pie." And these are people we call friends. And then he kept taunting me. Like, I had to go on stage like 2 minutes later, right? So I'm going to security. I'm like, could y'all keep an eye on my pie, right? They said we can't keep an eye on your pie. I said, well, could you keep an eye on Dave's dick and make sure it don't go on my pie? Right?
Would you have still eaten the pie if Dave would have put his dick in
He
it? though?
kept going. He was like, could somebody put that pie in the microwave for 3 seconds? So as much as people love Dave Chappelle, he's an evil friend behind stage, man.
that was funny, man.
When the last time you been humbled, Dave?
Humbled?
Yeah.
You mean like what, professionally or personally?
Both.
Detroit.
Yo, man, life is humiliating.
Mm.
Yeah, life
Even for you?
For everybody. Yo, you think if I'm walking down the street and a lady says, yo, can I take a picture? And she don't know how to work her camera, and we all standing there. But you do that because you got to, you gotta have empathy for people. But life is humiliating. Being a parent's humiliating. Being a husband's humiliating. All of it's humiliating.
Yeah, because it's like new experiences. I guess that we're kind of like learning on the job training, kind of.
Well, no, it's just that life is real and reality is humbling. You know what I mean? Like the way I live is real. And every once in a while, if I lose myself, I'll just jump out of a plane or some extreme shit. And then I recalibrate and I'm just back on the grind.
Well, hindsight is 2020. Was everything worth it? Like everything you went through, like even the Chappelle show experience and even walking away from it, was it all worth it?
Hey man, yeah, I was happy to have that show. You know, I'm sorry it ended the way it ended, but I enjoyed making that show. It was an experience that very few people will get to have.
Right.
Do you miss it?
Yeah.
Do you miss it, especially with everything going on and so much material?
Yeah,
I have a great skit for this.
Because I see some
Yeah, that
stuff
happens.
and I say, damn, I miss the Chappelle show.
Yeah, I miss it too. You know, but I don't know if I could do it again though, because I miss it. But then I remember what it was like to do it, and it just wasn't. It might be easier now to make it, just because of technology and.
Yeah, but the internet ruined shit because.
It wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, stuff that you want to do, somebody will do on YouTube 10 times faster and 10 times worse.
Right. Yeah, it's true.
But you did employ a lot of people.
It was great. Yeah,
Yeah.
I worked with a lot of great people. I was doing a show in Atlanta the other night and bumped into like some of the guys from the crew. I hadn't seen those guys since I walked off the set. It was good to see them. And you know, you remember people fondly, like after it's all said and done. So I do have bad feelings about how it ended, but I don't have bad feelings about what it was. It was a great experience.
Now, how did Charlie Murphy's passing affect you? Because I know you guys were pretty close.
It was tough, man. It was a reality check. It was one of those moments you were there, I think.
Memorial.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen you cry before. Yeah, but it was like I feel very lucky that I got to know him. I feel like he's a very large part of the reason that I got to be successful. Like literally, he changed my life just by saying, I fought Rick James many times. We were like, what?
He fucked Rick James.
Fought Rick James.
I thought you said that too.
Charlemagne, Jesus Christ.
I don't know what accent that was.
Whoa.
Didn't sound like you said.
That's what it sounded like you
It didn't
said.
sound like that to me. son.
I didn't know you could say fuck on the radio. But no, he said he fought Rick James many times. He tell us his story at lunch, and it literally from then on it just changed. It changed our lives.
You immortalized him.
Yeah, man. But you know, I got to like meet and work with Rick, and I mean, you know, Charlie, and he was an OG. Like Charlie's been around the block. He's, you know, his brother is Eddie Murphy. He's seen the epicenter of like the fame that we all wanted to acquire, and he had great stories, and he was also a real nurturing dude. I think he gave me great advice. You know, like I miss his presence, man. I was real sad to hear he died. I
He's
didn't know.
doing a great job on Power. I've been
He
watching
is doing
Power.
a great job.
He
On
took
Power.
Donnell's job.
He did. He
They
did.
definitely took
Donnell was
that.
supposed to have that
Donnell
role.
pulled that
That's
job.
when you busted your knee up?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But I will say, you know, like when other people get stuff away from yourself, it's hard to celebrate that. But, you know, when I found out that Charlie was doing that role, I realized that he was probably the perfect person for him. And then in hindsight, as far as with him passing away or whatever, I just think it's a nice thing for people to see him being a part of a great body of work like that. And he did a good job.
Yeah, 'cause
Donnell
I couldn't
called me
picture
one day.
you in that role. You know, I see you more like
You can't picture me in no role.
the corner when you were
The dope fiend?
yeah.
That was
That was
okay
good
back
for
in
you.
the day.
Did Charlie's death make y'all think about your own mortality? Because I know Donnell called me one day random. He was like, yo, I just want to tell you, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, people dying and you might die, so I just want to tell you I love you. You're doing a good job. I'm like, what?
No, I will say, and I know Dave may have a different answer. Like when someone passes away, especially when somebody that you care about, it makes you think about people important in your life and the people that you respect. And I don't know, I was probably, you know, in my feelings that day, and it was at a time when you just dropped your book, and I'm seeing like your transition from not just doing urban stuff, but like the media run that you did. Oh, I'll keep it real. All the white folks that you partnered up with and all the interviews you did, I was like, he's taking it to the next level. And another thing in our community is not too often that people read books. So the fact that, you know, a brother put a book out and he got people that wouldn't normally pay attention to that, read
Right.
it. Like, I know it's hard to say, and I didn't say no homo before I said that I loved you. And I know that's where it probably threw you off. And I didn't say pause at the end, right?
That cancels out.
Those are my real
I thought you were
feelings,
sick.
Nah.
The way you called, I thought he was sick. I
No,
thought he was like.
because that's the one time that we really appreciate people.
That's real.
It's in death. You know
That's
what
true.
I'm saying? When someone passes away, it makes you think about so many times in our life, we get to a point where you say to yourself, I want to call that person just to say hi or just to say what's up.
Yeah.
And you don't act on those feelings. And then something tragic may happen. And then you're like, oh, man, I was just supposed to call him. So that was me and my mom.
You know, sometimes on a tour bus, Darnell gets drunk and looks at pictures of his son and cries.
Oh, you do?
Do you really?
I
He
love
does.
I sniffle.
You cry.
He does. I'm just telling you, he does.
I can believe that. That's cute, though.
I
That's
caught
sweet.
him doing it a few times.
You ever met Donnell baby mama?
Yeah, of course.
Stephanie? Yeah,
of
she's
course.
great.
She's wonderful. We vacationed together.
Yeah, I seen that you guys were on the yacht.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Why is it well, yeah?
Because I thought it was a yacht until I saw Puffy shit.
Oh, that was.
Yeah.
So y'all just went on Puffy's
No,
boat.
we had a yacht.
Turns
that
out we
went to
had
the
a
yacht.
boat. Turns out we had a boat. Puffy has a
I
yacht.
thought it was a yacht. And it wasn't even. Dave, of course, took care of it.
Of
But I'm
course he
but I'm on one of them deals. I'm doing all hashtag yacht life, work hard. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I seen it.
When you're on a yacht, you gotta have a shot from the back, right? I'm like this: work hard, yacht life. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell nobody you can't do it. Yacht privilege. I'm doing everything. Son. Until we pulled out to that mega joint, and I was like, up it. But it was a good experience.
You don't feel the need to compete with stuff like that, though.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I'm really really happy right now. And I appreciate it. Like, my kids are safe right now. I know where they are. Everyone's happy. Everyone's fed and clean, and it's a good look, man. It's a good
Everyone's
time.
fed and clean.
Yeah, it's a good look.
Now, we've seen you pop out with Chris Rock a couple of times.
Another legend, another icon.
Yeah, that's the homie, man.
There's only two of y'all in that space, though.
Yeah, Chris is there. He's definitely Big Brother, though. He's killing it. I went and saw his act. I've seen his act a few times. The one he's doing, he's killing it right now.
He's saying maybe you guys would do a tour together.
Well, we are gonna do 2 nights together at Radio City. It'll be the first time we've ever officially headlined a show or co-headlined a show together, and I'm very excited about it.
Wow.
This is the first time any comic has ever done a residency of a month at Radio City Music Hall. Dave is a real humble dude. He's not going to say really the spectacle of what's about to go down, but nobody's ever done a joint where, like, the entire month of August, we locking everything down. We got some of the best.
Who's we, son?
we,
Who's
son?
we, son?
Wait, so you gave Donnell
Who's
tickets
we?
too?
I'm doing one or two shows. I'm just saying. Don't let me get Migos. Don't let me run my company. Don't let me.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Dave. I don't think y'all need no other comedians on those dates.
It's gonna be.
And to be quite honest, you don't. But you know what I'm saying? We got a team. I'm gonna do some of the shows. But like,
How do you know that? You forcing yourself on the show? Don't rape they set. You just gonna rape they shows?
Y'all so disrespectful.
Did you ask
man.
consent to
Y'all so
perform?
disrespectful. Well, in the event that I have the opportunity to perform,
So you're the understudy.
yeah, the understudy.
He's totally gonna be on there.
Yeah, but it's gonna be like I mean the list of artists. I mean, not just the stand up, but the music side of it. It's gonna be crazy.
But
You
tell us how the
got
show's gonna go.
Yassine Bey. You got Yassine Bey coming out. I thought he retired from doing shows.
Well, but it took some convincing. But yeah, he's coming back.
That
I
had
thought
to
he was
be
out
a
the
tough-
country.
That had to be
He
a tough
is.
one.
Oh, he's performing like via satellite or something?
No. I believe he's physically, contractually gonna be there.
Physically,
Wow.
contractually,
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah, he'll be there.
not a hologram.
It's gonna be great, man. Most is coming out.
Chance the Rapper,
Chance, Miss Lauryn Hill,
Erica Badu.
Badu,
Roots.
the Roots for
Of
4
course.
nights. Joining them. Lil Wayne's gonna be rocking with them, and T.I. It's gonna be dope.
I want to ask you, Dave, where do you draw the line when it comes to like cultural appropriation?
What do you mean?
Like as far as like white people appropriating like black culture?
Okay, this is a controversial question, and I'm not sure if the premise. I'm not sure if the premise of the question is correct. So
For
I need
example,
you,
Kylie and Kendall today superimposed their images on Biggie and Tupac,
T-shirt.
and they got T-shirts.
right.
Okay, and as a black person or person from that culture,
Mm-hmm.
you feel like they
It's disrespectful.
It is
Yeah,
disrespectful.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's a tough one. Did you go see the Tupac movie?
No,
I
I
did.
haven't.
I saw it.
Did you like it?
I don't think it was as terrible as everybody was saying, but it
I
wasn't.
haven't heard good things, and then someone yesterday
It
told me
wasn't
they
like-
loved it.
Yeah, I think it depends. Like when I was in the theater, I was with like 12 people when we went to see it. So it was interesting because some of the people thought it was great. Like they really used his real music in there, the performance scenes. That part's always enjoyable because Tupac has some great music. You hear it in the movie. It's exciting. It's like you're in the movies watching Tupac perform, even though it wasn't Tupac. But then there were certain things like it starts before Tupac is born and it ends when he dies. That's a long period of time to cover and so many things that happen in Tupac's life. And he was such a complex person and so many different incidents.
You ever at a club when Tupac was there?
No, never.
It wasn't that much fun.
Really? Why, it was
you say
scary?
Yeah, I just remember being in parties. It just felt like a lot of dark shit was around a guy. I liked him. I didn't know him well, but I just
Right.
felt like culturally that those were darker times.
Yeah, absolutely. It was
You
the
know what I
gangster
mean?
era.
Right. And I'm not saying this to be controversial. This has nothing to do with the question that you asked me.
Oh, I just thought you got out the question like a UFC fighter. I just
No,
thought you
it
broke
was
the
good.
whole, like,
I did. You know, I've been watching you, Charlotte, man. I was ready for you. Everyone was like, just ignore him.
He was like, have you seen Tupac?
Turn the other way.
I just didn't think,
But do you plan to see it to just get an idea for yourself?
I'm going to watch it at home, probably. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Some stuff like that. It's the question you're asking, I think, is a very important question, but I'm not sure how to answer that.
Got you.
You know what I mean? Because at a certain point, I feel like no one's going to feel that way more than African Americans.
Right.
Because we create so much culture and oftentimes it's just siphoned from us. And it's almost all that we've ever had. I'm not going to say all we've ever had. We've done many great things, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it is American culture, too. You know what I mean? Like, so it's a tough.
Like they'll show in Vogue magazine a white girl with cornrows and be like, "Oh, look at this! They bought some cornrows."
Yeah, I guess this is when we don't get credit
Kendall
for.
Jenner is rocking the cornrows, or look at who made Timberlands in style. Like this really happens. Like we don't
Right,
wear Timbs
but you gotta look
all
at-
the time.
Kylie and Kendall, like, they don't understand what they're tapping into. They don't understand. I don't think they were doing that maliciously. I just think that they're never going to, you're a black dude. They're not going to see the world. If you had some glasses that someone could put on just to see the world how you saw the world, they'd be probably fucking terrified.
Yeah.
You know, I heard that interview with you. I get it. I know what you mean. Yeah, I get it, but that's a hard question to answer.
Do your kids think you're funny?
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm their dad, so there's something about me that's corny to them, but they get it. They know. Like my kids are teenagers now. My youngest son is as old as I was when I started doing stand-up. He's 14 now.
Wow.
He started at 14?
Yeah, I started real young.
Wow.
It's 30 years. I'll be 44 this summer.
Veteran, seasoned.
Yeah, and it'll be my 30th anniversary. I'm like really proud of that.
What made you get on stage at the age of 14?
The fear of death.
So you have been thinking about your own mortality.
Well, we're black dudes in America. So when I was in high school, my freshman year of high school, I talked about on an actor studio. Almost 600 kids my age got murdered in Washington, D.C. You can't be in an environment like that and that not affect you. Like, it made me want to just do whatever it was I wanted to do. I feel very lucky to get to be 44.
Right.
Which now I'm more ambitious and I'm looking forward to paying half price at the movies and shit. But before that, I didn't know I was gonna live this long, and I think the fear of not doing what I want to do in life made me do what I want to do in life.
Even in Kevin Hart's book, he talks about doing comedy because he was just trying to survive too. Like just being funny is what actually helped him not.
Yeah, I wonder what makes you believe the stage can save you though.
It absolutely did. Look at a guy like Kevin Hart's motherfuckers from Philly. He is the #1 selling artist on tour on earth from any genre. I'm very proud that somebody from my genre is at the top of the food chain. And it's somebody I remember him starting out. It's amazing to see it, and he absolutely could save your life. What made you think that you're fast talking and and your liking of controversial questions would take it as far as it has.
That's true.
And I've never met you, but you're one of the few celebrities I've met in a long time. Like literally, I feel like I know you, and I've only seen you once. It means you're very effective at what you do. In my opinion,
that.
I would say it means you're very effective.
But I still feel like I can get shot because of my fast talking and controversial.
Yeah, but God forbid, no, man, you've transcended that. I mean, look, anything terrible can happen to anybody, but there's some people that get shot that never get a platform, that never get to write a book, that never get to. I mean, everybody knows your name. You meet famous people; they already know who you are. It's amazing.
Yeah.
You know what's so horrible about that? I was somewhere, somebody came up to me, wanted to take a picture. They thought I was him.
No, they didn't.
No.
I swear to God.
That's disrespectful,
I was like, I said,
that's
disrespectful. That's disrespectful to who?
That's
Me or
disrespectful. Did
him?
not happen.
I swear to God, he was like, hey, are you Charlemagne the God?
That's
I was like, you don't get the fuck out of my face.
That's disrespectful.
Why are you so mad about that, Charlemagne? You wasn't mad with Morris Chestnut.
That's Morris Chestnut. I mean, it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Morris Chestnut get mistaken for Morris Chestnut, and Morris Chestnut get mistaken for you. That's a big deal.
Now, Dave Chappelle got to go, so let's tell him about Radio
Can I
City.
get one more question?
Okay, one
I
more
just want to know
question.
what's driving Dave in 2017. Like, what's driving you right now?
Right now, it's a gentleman named Nestor. Let's get it. I'm just kidding.
Shout out to Nestor. Radio City, of course, residency. We look forward to seeing the show.
And when does that
You
start?
guys
August?
gotta come, man.
Oh, I'm
definitely
definitely
coming.
coming.
Yeah, I got the
I
line.
ain't never hear y'all respond that quick to a show.
Hold on. I go to your shows all the
your
time.
shows,
Don't
Donnell.
even play
Stop
me.
it.
I go to your shows, but it'll be nobody there.
You want me to read the dates for you, Dave? You got it.
Yeah, you can read it.
All right.
That's so disrespectful.
It's August 1st through 4th is 1st through the 4th is me and the Roots.
All right, you sound like Floyd Mayweather now. Get it together. Can you read it?
I saw you call him out. That was the
You leave
worst
Floyd
shit ever.
alone.
I know this bad. There's some cold shit. He's going to destroy that Conor McGregor.
He's gonna destroy
kind
him.
of guy. Okay, let me see. Oh yeah, then the 5th and 6th, of course, is me and Chris Rock, special guest. And Arsenio Hall is actually going to be on that show too, because
Wow. See, Donnell, you are not getting old.
Yeah, you're not getting that one, Donnell.
Which dates are Donnell there? I make sure I show.
Arsenio doing one. Eddie might pop out and do one.
And you got Lil Wayne on one, right?
oh yeah, hell yeah, Lil Wayne's going to be there with the Roots, and Badu's coming through on the 9th.
You don't sound too sure about this, Mr. Chappelle.
I just, it's look.
Are some of them surprises and we're not
Well,
supposed to know? Or?
Right. I got all of these things in my head, and not all of this. I'm not allowed to tell everybody. all
Okay,
the
we'll
shit
put it
like that.
online.
Yeah,
And we'll
so-
make sure people know. But it starts August 1st.
Yeah,
August 1st. Get
At
your
Radio
tickets
City.
now. And who do we hit up for tickets?
Oh, you guys, you're good. You're good money.
Until we get to the door.
That's
and
what
we
I
gotta
say to
call Donnell.
everyone. Yeah.
Donnell's like, I will never not
I'm
be
like this.
useful.
I beg your pardon. I would love to get that call. Yo, this is the Breakfast Club. We outside. I'm
Huh?
like,
You said what?
What you say?
Was that on Bad and
What'd you
Bougie?
say?
Well, there you have it. It's Dave Chappelle. It's the
Donnell
Breakfast
Ross. Come
Club.
on, say Donnell was here
Donnell's
too.
here too.
Damn, Donnell.
All right, Donnell Rollins is the Breakfast.